Where Virginia State University is on lockdown because of a shooting on the school's campus.
Of Virginia State University in Petersburg, there was a shooting there. It's the second one on campus in the last week.
4 people are shot at Virginia State University.
Shots rang out right outside the Virginia State University dormitories last night.
You know, we play Russian roulette with our lives every day, directly and indirectly. Welcome back to Oracles by MJ. I know it's been a minute. Forgive me. Life happens, things go on, and you see me consistent. I still work, okay? But look, how many shootings must a school have before we shut it down? Why does the school remain an option to attend? That's like getting out of a toxic relationship and getting back into it 4 times. Allowing someone to steal from you, accepting their apology 4 times, and still allowing them back in. It's like you going to the doctor and being misdiagnosed 4 times, but you still go to that physician. Why are we so naive? If we knew better, we would do better, right? Yes, we play Russian roulette every day, but voluntarily? I understand VSU is a historically black school, but when do we notice pattern? When do we notice when the pattern is harming others? When do we say, okay, it's time for us to close this down and let this just be history? Maybe open a new school? Yeah. I know we want to preserve all parts of black history, but even some parts of black history can come to an end, and we can just look at it and see the good times that it has brought and the success that it has brought our people. But when it's going into this type of direction, it's like, okay, we're going to just let it. Schools are remembered in museums. It doesn't have to be existent today just to have recognition. When the pattern calls for change, we might have to change this whole shit up. How can you feel comfortable going back to a school or admitting to a school where there were previous shootouts and shootings? How could you feel comfortable on campus or off campus? Now, in this article, the suspect was already captured, and they're trying to determine whether others who fired the weapons near the resident halls acted in self-defense. Police are seeking additional people who fired weapons during a shooting at Virginia State University that wounded 5 as investigators work to determine whether the other shooters were aggressors or acting in self-defense. The new development came as a 19-year-old suspect who was not a student remained jailed without bond, and Virginia State University President Makola Abdullah addressed the campus community Sunday evening, saying the investigation was still underway and the university was cooperating with local, state, and federal law enforcement. The university said police would maintain an increased presence on campus as the investigation continued. Investigators have not said how many other people fired weapons during the shooting or publicly identified those they are seeking. Virginia State University is a historically black university located in Ettrick, Virginia, about 24 miles south of the state capital of Richmond. The public university has about 5,700 students and was the first fully state-supported 4-year college for Black Americans. The victims ranged in age from 17 to 23, and only one of them, a male 20 with non-life-threatening injuries, was a student at the university, according to police. A non-student male 21 sustained critical injuries, while a male 23, a female 19, and a male 17 have non-life-threatening injuries. The shooting prompted a lockdown that was later lifted after authorities said there was no immediate threat to the campus community. You know, they did that in the previous shooting that they had at VSU, and they lifted the lockdown, and then there was a shooting within a week later. Yeah, as you just saw. Just repeating it. Police later arrested Cameron Harris, 19, of Henrico, after officers found him hiding in a closet inside Seward Hall, a campus residence hall, at about 4 p.m. Saturday, more than 14 hours after the shooting and several hours after the lockdown had been lifted. Damn, he was in there for a minute, hungry. Probably shat or piss up himself. That's what you do when your body is scared. Fucking horrible. Harris, who police said is not a Virginia State student, faces 4 counts of malicious wounding and 4 counts of using a firearm in the commission of a felony. He was being held without bond at the Chesterfield County Jail and was due in state court Monday. In the Sunday night message, Abdullah said the investigation remains ongoing and thanked university police as well as the other law enforcement agencies assisting in the case. He acknowledged the concern the shooting had caused amongst parents and families and says student and campus safety remained among the university's highest priorities. It does not. I love you all. Thank you for tuning in. I'm about to go to the museum.